And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Planet Crafter. Yeah, the last one we decided we wanted some more super alloy, so we're up here to go hunting for some super alloy. In one of the biomes we think it still has some, which is the upper levels of this area. There's a couple different other areas where we're going to find some super alloy. In fact, I can see some from over here, like that super alloy over there. Question, of course, is how am I going to get over there? Not by jumping off there, no. Okay, so I think the bit that's actually behind the crash we've already been to. So I'm gonna go up the sides. Oh, left-hand rule. Yeah. Okay, so we explored that bit. See a little bit of super alloy down there. One piece, two piece. We want a lot more than that number of pieces. Okay, coming up across the girder here. Here's another piece. Yeah, it's probably enough for the immediate construction projects. We'd like more than just one construction project worth of stuff. Okay, that's the end of that portion. Get back to the bundle of air. We'll go up the other side. Oh, there's the tier 4 drill. I'm actually surprised we got the tier 4 drill before the tier 4 heat. But I guess it is what it is. What do we need to build the tier 4 drill? Super alloy, super alloy, super alloy, super alloy, super alloy, and 3 osmium. Okay. Also makes heat. So I definitely need super alloy is what it's telling me. Anyway, we're looking around up in these upper areas for super alloy because it's just surface deposits of it. At some point we'll reach the point in the game where we'll be able to mine super alloy directly. We're not there yet, obviously. That area where I can jump across, maybe. Whoops. Oh, my hydration's low. Yeah, it's easy enough I'm carrying around water. And a lot of water. We are at the point in the age of this, or the terraforming of this planet, where ice does not naturally form anymore. Oh, I was able to jump that bit. Cool. That's aluminum. I suppose I will harvest the aluminum, because at some point we might be translating that into super alloy as well. Although I am technically mining aluminum, so it's less important to get aluminum. No, I'm gonna bother that. That's aluminum. Aluminum. I'm running out of oxygen. Yeah, I think we've explored what we're gonna probably find up here. So if I want more super alloy, I'll have to look elsewhere. Yeah, I was expecting to hit the oxygen before hitting the tier 4, the oxygen level for the heater before the drill, but we got the drill first. Oh, there's very little carryover between the tier 3 and tier 4 as far as drills are concerned. So there's not much point in taking the old one apart to get stuff for the new one. Do I have enough osmium? I don't have enough for one drill. I might not have enough for one drill. There we go. Tier 4 drill. Actually have enough super alloy that if we had osmium, we could put a second one up. We were out looking for super alloy for something else. Before I do that, let's make sure I've built the other thing I want to build. Oh yes, the other thing was that rocket. Let's get that rocket built first. Uranium. I think it's an iridium rod in the rocket. A Lerma. Oh, no, it's tree bark. Here we go, and a fertilizer. Sulfur for making fertilizer. And then rocket engine. Just want a rating rod short. Didn't we have one? Go. Let's get this rocket launched. I don't think these are interesting asteroids. It's just generic. Generic doesn't contain any resource asteroids. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in here. Well, there's a little bit of titanium in these. Yeah, just maybe not completely nothing, but it looks like there's basic resources. We're far enough in the game where we've got miners, so that's presumably if you are this far in the game, because you notice there's less and less rocks out and about, right? So that's how the game sort of gives you a way to get resources, is it drops them from space, basically. Needs to say I don't need plant rocket pint anymore. We're going to launch one of these. Just one for the moment. Away it goes. That is 1,000% more plant. Feel all the pollen coming down apparently from the plant rocket. Yeah, it should significantly boost the rate that we're making biomass. And yeah, you can see it just rolling now, making 1.3 kilograms per second. Although, for the next thing, we need to be in the tons, so... No, actually, the flower spreader is 500. The beehive is 80 tons. So we'll get the flower spreader soon. That'll give us something else to work towards. Instead of just throwing out more drills, although I might be tempted to throw another drill out. Even though that's going to make me run out of super alloy. I need osmium, 3 osmium for that. There's the osmium. Okay, so we'll run 2 tier 4 drills. Grab some beans to eat. Here, we'll just drop off this random junk we got. Okay, where am I sort of crafting wise? So I got 3 tier 2 algae generators, so we probably don't need any more of that. You are built. I probably only need to run the one of you. We are out of super alloy, so there's an argument to be going out looking for super alloy. We're also really low on osmium. We're down to 3 osmium. So there's maybe an argument to go looking for that as well. Yeah. And or just take the time to move stuff upstairs, because we have... Well, we're about to get a new recipe. Let's wait until we get the new recipe. We're going to get the tier 2 flower spreader. We're going to see what recipe difference is between tier 1 and tier 2. Because presumably we should run the tier 2. Which will presumably give us more oxygen and more biomass. There we go. Tier 2 flower spreader. So the tier 1 is a bunch of water, super alloy, magnesium fertilizer. Tier 2 doubles the fertilizer, drops the magnesium, reduces the water, and some super alloy. Okay, so I need to go find some super alloy. We'll make some fertilizer before we leave, because we've got some eggplant immediately ready to go to make that fertilizer. LJ sulfur. That must be out of algae. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick dive for the algae. I think that's enough. Oh, make some plastic while we're thinking about it. While I'm thinking about it. Mushroom, mushroom. I need silicon for that. Here's the silicon. And yeah, for that, so that's the fertilizer we need. So we're just looking for some super alloy. Wouldn't mind to have some osmium as well. Go check the osmium location first. There might not be any osmium left in the osmium mine, but we'll go check it anyway. There's some sulfur in here, if I want to have some sulfur. But we're looking for blue stuff. Looking for the blue stuff. You haven't melted all the way, so that's not the way to go. And yeah, I'm not seeing any osmium in here. Pretty sure this is where we come to mine it, although I could be wrong. There was another cave with osmium-colored crystals in it. We'll go look over that place as well. It's been a while since we've been over here, so things may have changed. The lake's filled in for a while. Game's over here. Bunch of iridium and some osmium. Okay. Box. No luck with super alloy. We'll take the box though. Yeah, there's quite a bit of osmium in here. There is an exit out this end that goes to where? Ah, another biome. Don't see any super alloy yet. I don't want to bug around for too long because I think I'm mostly full on the osmium, so find anything particularly interesting here, I won't be able to loot and take it back. Come back to this biome for a bit. I think I might actually be getting ahead of myself there. I think that's the biome where like pulsar crystals or something come from. If it is, we don't really need to be there yet. Okay, so melts at 15 UK. It's been melting because we're already over 15 UK, so it doesn't block the path anymore. Okay. Actually, probably get back to where I want that. It's a quick way around through the aluminum biome. Pop in here for some oxygen. It always makes super early if I was desperate for it. Anything, well, as a side effect, if anything, the osmium was actually much more valuable of a find. Because we can't make that ad infinitum yet. Titanium cobalt. Do I have the titanium cobalt in the base? Might add a nice window area to the upstairs as well. Yeah, built it the wrong way around. There. Bit of a safety hazard there. You're gonna jump off the first floor. Yeah, we're not at the point where we have the methane samples yet. And then we need super alloy and fertilizer. Didn't find any super alloy on that trip out. Although I found a bunch of osmium, which is useful. You could always disassemble one of the tier 4 drills to have a bunch of super alloy. Where to check next? You know, let's go back to the biome that we just saw and see what's actually in it. I think it's earlier than we really need to be there, but we can check it out regardless. I really only want, like, 3 super alloy. If we don't get lucky on the next search, I'll just make it the hard way. Oh, here's a unlooted chest. Anyway, we can pop out here, and we can see there's at least one interesting alloy in this area, these pink little things, which are pulsar quartz. It's a weird alien terrain. I got the achievement for finding pulsar quartz. And I now have a full inventory because I looted that chest. Oh, and here's zeolite. Okay. So we had to come here for zeolite. Let's put some junk back in this chest. Or... No, I'm a little iron short. Actually, I suppose in a way I'm not iron short. So we do the living compartment. Flop you down. You, disassemble you. Now I'm titanium short. Single piece of titanium short. There, no, that's iron. Oh, that's silicon. There's titanium. Make a door on our little box. Stick our head and get some oxygen, and if we find a little more iron, we can make storage. There we go. Silicon, that wasn't what I was looking for. I ended up picking it up. Yeah. Aluminium, titanium. Gain 4 iron. Here's an iron. Another one. One more will be best. And I can make a chest there for the stuff that is valuable, but isn't needing to be taken right back to base. When I say chest, it's going to be a locker. One locker. So I don't need the silicon, for example. The magnesium can stay here. I'll eat the bean. Back to grabbing useful stuff. Aluminum we're not too interested in. Aluminum we're not too interested in. Zeolite we are. That's the go faster module for our the white rare ore. Okay, so we've added the white rare ore to our blue rare ore. Just got the achievement for that. We now have zeolite, so we can make the go faster module for our vehicle. Here's more osmium. I'm going to pass up the osmium for a moment. I feel like we got enough. I'm going to resist opening the chests over here, because it's mostly going to be stuff I don't think we want. Well, at least I don't want to be bothering to take back. Pulsar quartz. Yeah, so other than the zeolite, I don't think we found anything particularly useful here. Although this is a biome with a lot of aluminum, so if we were desperate to have aluminum to make some super alloy out of, this would be a decent biome. Also, pulsar quartz. The other, I think, value-added material we found here. So if we're looking for more pulsar quartz, we'll come back. I think we're a little ahead of the game with needing pulsar quartz, so... Goes a little bit of osmium as well. There's my box. Yeah, leave the generic stuff here. I think we'll go back with what we found. It's not what we're looking for, but you don't always get what you want. And over here we've got a dusty bio. Yeah, might change in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I think if I keep going this way, I'll find the box that we put next to the uranium mine. I've got a good understanding of my map in my mind. Yeah, this is the box we put next to the uranium mine. So that's the uranium mine. Should still be green, yeah. So at some point we'll have to get the tier 2 miner. It's the tier 2 miner up here so we can mine uranium. But yeah, I think we're going to resort to the old-fashioned handcraft using all the inputs to Super Alloy to make our next couple Super Alloy. For the flower spreaders, we need 1 Super Alloy each to do the upgrade from 1 to 2. So I need to make basically 3 Super Alloy. Okay, here we are, back at base. Let's decode this chip. Vehicle speed. I'm thinking about it. We did get the vehicle speed 1. It goes in vehicle speed 2. 2 vehicle speed 1s and an explosive powder. Okay, I don't think I grabbed that much zeolite. I only had 1 batch of zeolite. Oh, and a rocket engine. Didn't require Super Alloy as well. Okay, we're not doing that right away. Okay, let's pull the contents of the entire aluminum mine. And we'll see how much Super Alloy we can make out of it, slash what we're missing. Oh, didn't have any space to take all of that. Drink some water, eat some food, take silicon magnesium. Actually, move some of the aluminum here because I have enough aluminum. Take that stuff and we can check what we're missing. Get back. That must be a sandstorm. Sometimes the game uses that to cover up some of the terraforming effects when landscape changes. Up to 2 tons of biomass. The next thing's at 35 tons, so still a way to go. Okay, as far as making super alloy, iron titanium short. Okay. I don't know what's causing the game to lag a lot right now. Oh, I think it's one of the terraforming effects. It's hitting something. Is a temporary effect. It will go away. Okay. Let's do a quick save. Figured if I need to do a quick reload to fix that. Yeah, that's a little laggier than I want. Do a quick exit to main menu and see if that fixes it. There we go. That's better. Force it to hard unload and reload some of the assets. Okay, so we're looking for iron and titanium. Yeah, my educated guess is the sandstorm was trying to cover up replacing something in the terrain. Ah, well, I can see in the distance some waterfalls, so probably melted some waterfalls. And the game engine did not appreciate the load in there. At least on my setup. Could use more titanium. That'll be a start. Yeah, I can see some waterfalls off in the distance. That might be what it is. Okay, so we're gonna have titanium to make a super alloy. We'll do that. I really want 3, so I need to go out there and find 2 more pieces of titanium. There's 1. There's 2. Oh, I need to pick up some aluminum. Check to see if that's enough to make the 3. Yes, it is. Okay, I can put back some of the less valuable ore, particularly the cobalt. Then what was the difference between these? It was fertilizer. Okay, so let me grab my fertilizer. I made some fertilizer earlier for just this circumstance. Actually, arguably need to make another fertilizer to do all 3 replacements. Another batch of fertilizer. That should be enough that I can replace the flower spreaders. Their upgraded version. Oh, I forgot to put the seed back in the last one. Whoops. It's a flower spreader spreading nothing. It does still technically somehow generate oxygen and plant growth with no seeds to spread, but it works better with seeds in it. It's much better with seeds in it. There we go. So making just short of 2,000 parts per quadrillion APQ per second, and 43, almost 44 grams of plants per second. That should have done a pretty good job of accelerating some of this stuff. Yeah, we can now visibly see the oxygen moving every second. Oh, asteroid impact. What sort of asteroids today? Looks like cold. It's a generic asteroid impact. So nothing too special. This is the game saying, hey, if you don't have your mines going, let me give you some basic resources. Yeah, it's mostly dropping tier 1 stuff. Dropping some aluminum, for example. In case you're stuck and or unwilling to explore. See if that's enough to actually make another super rally. Yep, and I can probably pull silicon out somewhere else. Make another one after that. Here's a silicon. And yeah. When's the next oxygen? 63. Okay, so that's gonna be a little while. That's a long way off. Although we haven't found any stuff we need to make nuclear fusion parts anyway. Gas is not that far. Is that another asteroid impact already? No, I think that's Sandstorm. Hide stuff again. Because we're terraforming a lot faster, right? Yeah, so I think we're thinking probably the drill next. Do another, if we get enough super alloy. Although that's a lot of super alloy, that's 6 super alloy. When we got a lot, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good improvement over the 3, right? It's But it's not just... Is that 100 times better? I think that's 100 times better than the previous one in heat. Not so much in pressure, but we're also getting closer to the end of the pressure line. Granted, we're getting close to the end of the temperature line as well. Oh, actually, yeah, we're really close to the end of the pressure line. There's a big jump from this one to this one. Yeah, that's a big jump. Going from 2 to 3 is a pretty big jump. But, everything else, so other than the last thing in the pressure line, we're pretty close to the end of the pressure line. All right, we're like 1/6 of the way to this. And then we haven't built a tier 1 optimizer, but we're actually surprisingly close to... Although that's MK. I think that's 15... No, 30 times more than what we've got. Yeah, so the closest thing is probably the heat. Or... Tier 2 grower. So there's an argument to put more... Either launch more rockets or... put more plant spreaders out. Spread more flowers in the world. Yeah, really only missing from that is the super early rod, which we haven't unlocked yet. Yeah, I'm tempted to do more tier 2 flower spreaders. Well, that is a bunch of fertilizer. Although... Fertilizer is definitely more... Well, it's also more super alloy, right? It's 2 more super alloy, which is exactly what I have for super alloy. Let's put the super alloy away for the moment. Take a moment to move some stuff upstairs. The other thing is, I think at some point we're going to get another... Like the advanced crafting station. At some point I assume we're going to get. Because there's definitely stuff that is missing, like the rod. Super alloy rod for what we've got right now. Start putting some of the seeds upstairs. What am I missing for making super alloy out of the junk? Tier 1 stuff in the mod. Iron, just iron. we still iron, or is it iron and something else? No, iron and titanium. Okay, so it's basically still titanium. Whoops. Well, that roughly works. So 3 titanium, 1 silicon, 3 magnesium, cobalt, 3 aluminum. So I'm 2 silicon, 3 iron short, making 3 super alloy, which will allow me to get a 3rd drill. And then we're probably on to just making a bunch of plant spreaders. Silicon, not titanium. Now I'm just looking for silicon. All this is from the asteroid impact, just picking up. Got some more asteroid impact stuff. Yeah. Let's do a 3rd drill. And then if I'm going to make more more super alloy, it should probably go into flower spreaders. Increase oxygen and plant spread. Their pressure's visibly going up. The next one's actually 100, so we're 2/3 of the way to the gas extractor. The gas extractor is how we're going to get the ammonia for the methane, not the ammonia. The tier 2 fertilizer and mutagen. Not that we have anything to use those with yet. This is on yet. Not ready. Okay, it's enough to make 2 fertilizers. Grab some beans to eat. We need more algae, which is actually easy enough to get. Let's go out into the lake. Like so, we've collected enough algae to finish that recipe. Second fertilizer. And then we'll go about making some more super alloy to make another plant spreader. Oh, flower spreader. Aluminum. Cobalt. Titanium and silicon short, although I think I'm going to use the iron to make another chest upstairs. Another storage locker. So. Sandstorm or asteroids? That's always the question. Yeah, I think sandstorm. Not hearing anything falling out of the sky yet. I'm going to move stuff upstairs so I can clear out some space downstairs to get better access to the staircase. As well as consolidating, like, plant stuff upstairs. Seeds upstairs. Makes it easier to figure out how many of each quality we have. So we've got like 2 Tuscas, not planted. Got mostly eggplant and squash, which makes sense based off of what we can build. Eggplant is necessary for building the algae collector and the fertilizer. Yeah, squash was required for something that earlier. That we haven't had to build, but we may have wanted to build, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's required for the 2-2 fertilizer. Fair enough. Okay. You're empty. Although, well, actually what I'll do is I'll push it back. Push it back there, because that clears up all that space. Apparently let me build it someplace embedded in the wall, which wasn't quite what we wanted. Basically make this an aluminum chest for the moment. Out of you. The next one over there as well. Keep you being the aluminum chest. I'm gonna put the cobalt someplace else. Here for the moment. We're going to remove this one as well, but patience. We're rearranging the base. Mostly uranium rods. There is, based on the number of uranium rods in there, enough to make a uranium power generator, which is probably what I should do if I want to clear some space. It's raining outside. If you're wondering what that pitter-patter is in the game, that is rain. Oops. Yeah, don't deconstruct the room that everything's in, please. Deconstruct the thing in the room, not the room. Okay. Yeah, what am I missing? Silicon. Silicon. Oh, the inventory's out of water. Some water from there. And then, yes, we're missing silicon, but I suppose I'm just going to grab one silicon and get some super alloy constructed. We need more than that, obviously, but I need to make the super alloy to free up space, so we have the space for the next thing that we want to pick up. Because this can compress from 6 items to 1 item. And then I need silicon and something else, I think, for the next one. And then we can set up another plant spreader. Titanium. And then at that point, I've got enough for a flower spreader if we grab 2 water, which is easy enough to do. We just come out here, grab you, grab 2 of you. And I think you still got one of the golden ones in. Yeah. Place with Tusca Seed. These are all Tusca Seeds at this point. Find a nice plot. And another 2 flower spreader. We got the biomass screen and hit the moss stage. The world is now apparently covered in moss, where it's going to grow moss. What is the next stage? Next stage is flora. So it's going to start growing plants. Iron, silicon, aluminum. Okay. Pretty easy to do. It's missing a silicon. I think technically I have the biomass screen already in effect. I think the progress screen is basically showing it, but we'll find out. Okay. Run around over here. Oh, you're like a big wall-mounted one. That's what's going on. Yeah, that's what you are. There we go. So we can now track, visually looking at it, how much plants, insects, and animals we have. And the answer is, for the last 2 of those, is none. We got 5 tons of plants. 0 on everything else. We've yet to be graced with plants, or yet to be graced with insects or animals yet. Yeah, we'll be hitting gas extractor reasonably soon. We'll probably want to build one of those as soon as we do. And we're reasonably close to tier 4 heater. And we'll probably want to build tier 4 heaters when we can. I think those might be the ones we build outside, in which case that will save us a bunch of space on the interior, because we'll disassemble the tier 3s to clear the space. But looking at the time, I think now's a good time to put a part break in. I think in the next one, if we pass enough time, we should hit both those goals. And we'll take the time to install the next tier of heaters, and install one gas extractor so we can get some, what was it, methane? Not that we got things to do with methane, but we don't have anything to do with the things that use the things. We're going to need the mutagen at some point, we're going to need the tier 2 fertilizer at some point. We just don't need them now. But it's good to be prepared for the future. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to take a short break here so I can get up, stretch legs, sip some tea, and then we will be back to record one more part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck, a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.